Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. If you have not subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. If you like the content, like the video, please hit that thumbs up. So as you know, we've been having some troubles with this car. So we're going to take a look at it today. So let's get into it. Okay, so here we are. We're in the garage after race 4. Every race this year, we've pretty much been blowing water out our cooling radiator caps. We have no idea why. Everything we've tried hasn't worked. So we're here in the garage and we're going to try to do some experimenting. I have 3 tests to do to see what, if anything, we can find wrong. And then A or B, basically how much money I got to spend to get it ready for March and go race again. So first test is a compression test. We're going to do it easy, hard way. I don't know how to. We're basically going to take the radiator cap off and we're going to turn the motor over and see if I get Mount St. Helens out the radiator cap. If I do, that means we got a busted head gasket and we're pulling the motor apart. The second one is basically we're going to pull the cooling hoses off, see if we can pump water through the motor, rule out the water pump. And then the third, if we get that far, we'll pull the radiator out and see if I can get flow through the radiator to see if we have a blocked radiator. Nothing's changed since the last race went to in October. No idea why this is doing this, but we have an issue and all of our easy, simple fix aren't working. So we're going to look into this and see what happens. And hopefully I don't blow water out the radiator cap right now. So we'll be back in a second. Well, I did not get the answer I wanted, although I do know what's wrong with the car and why it's pushing water out of the radiator caps. So as you saw, we turned the motor over just to see. Nothing really happened, but when I ran the car, got it warmed up, and then went high RPM, it started boiling or bubbling underneath in the water system. Water pump wasn't on. Nothing should have moved the water. It should have just hung out and did nothing. But it was definitely blowing bubbles in the water, which I've had multiple people tell me that if that happens, then I have a blown head gasket and it's leaking just enough to get past the head gasket into the cooling system, but not enough for the coolant to get into the motor. And that's why I haven't seen any weird issues with the car, spark plugs, antifreeze in the oil. So everything still looks okay, but yet I keep blowing water out the coolant caps every time I go down the track, which isn't good for the track. It's definitely not safe for me and the car. So I definitely wanted to check that out. I was hoping it was, just an intermittent thing, which it's not. That's why we're in the garage fixing it. So I have a head gasket leak. It's not horrible. It's not bad, because it's only doing it at very high RPMs, but irregardless, I can't have water going up underneath the car while I'm going down the racetrack. So we're gonna have to pull my brand new year-old motor apart and put new head gaskets on it. So that's our chain of events, and I don't have time to get into it today, so that'll be next weekend's issue, pulling this motor apart and figuring it out. But yeah, that's where we're at, pulling my new motor apart. Hopefully I can get it back together before the next race. So we'll see you next weekend for pulling my motor apart. Hey everybody, well, it's been a week. Finally got all my chores done, so we're in the garage working on this. So I've had a bunch of people talking to me about this, and I just happened to work with some guys that do circle track racing, and they told me of a product that they swear by and that should fix this. So before I tear this motor out, put the old motor in, and then tear this one apart right now, we're going to try it out and see what happens. So what's that product? Right here. This is what we got. K&W Block Seal. I've been told very sternly that should fix my problem. Guys use it at the track all the time. with way worse leaks than what I've got, and they go the rest of the season or whatever until essentially they blow up the motor or whatever. So with that said, we have to drain everything out of the car. It doesn't do well with any additives in the water. So we're going to drain the water out. We're going to flush it a couple times just to make sure we're good to go, and add straight water in this, and we're going to run it, keep it hot for a little while, and then re-drain it, see what happens. So if this doesn't work, next weekend we will pull this apart and do what we were going to do this weekend. So we're going to give this a shot, and we'll be back. All right, so after all the hype, thinking it's a head gasket, it was bubbling, but I wasn't 100% sold that was the issue. So I drained all the water out, put new water in, and when I went to circulate it, I realized I was flowing water out of my overflow tank, which shouldn't have been happening. So I disconnected the hoses, figured out that it was bypassing the brand new cap I had. So I put the old cap on, that problem went away. Okay, problem solved. Then when I checked the water level, I noticed it had aerated. It was foaming basically, which shouldn't be an issue. The motor's cold. All I've had on is the water pump, which leads me to the radiator. So I pulled the radiator out and I flowed water through it. Of course, first of all, it's an aluminum radiator. It should only weigh a pound or two. This thing felt like it weighed 100 pounds. I mean, it probably weighed 5 or 10, but it felt like 100. Way heavier than it should have been. So I flowed water through the inlet. It came out the outlet, but it basically flowed out the inlet as well. So I'm thinking I actually have a radiator issue. So we're going to order a new radiator. The radiator's got other issues. I could probably get this one fixed, but we're going to check into that, as well as I'm going to order another one. Worst case, I'm going to have a backup. I don't know. So I would rather, we're getting close to race time at 3 weeks. So I need to get this fixed and solved and figured out. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to go order a new radiator, and then why that one's coming, hopefully that'll be here by next week or next weekend, so we can put it back in and test the car and make sure everything's good to go. In the meantime, I'm going to see if I can get this other one fixed. But if not, or if it's going to cost too much, whatever, because I don't want to probably have to ship the other one back, because they'll probably charge me a restock fee. But that's what we're going to do. So we'll be back next weekend for more updates. All right, so we got everything hooked up. We put water in it, turned the pump on. I did verify flow. So the pump is actually working, but the water is still foaming. So I don't know what the heck is up with that. Could be normal. Just never noticed it. Don't know. So the one thing I did forget is this radiator has a drain plug down here. So I had to plug that real quick. I dumped water all over the shop, but so we're going to think about this a little bit more, order some more parts, and be back in a little bit. Well, we are back. Not anytime too soon. Why I say that? We have 10 days to race day. We're going to have to get this thing back together. Here's where we're at. I got my plug for my new radiator, so that finished that up. I am still waiting on my standoffs for my radiator, and then I have to find somebody to get those welded on to the radiator so I can mount it back in the car. I also called Proform and told them what was going on with the water pump, and they are supposedly sending me parts for that. So I'm waiting on those. I don't think I'm getting the standoffs till Wednesday, Thursday this week, which is going to be really cutting it close. And so most likely I'm going to have to find somebody over the weekend to get the radiator welded, which I'm not really looking forward to, and I'm hoping I can find somebody to do that. So what's the plan? This has been exhausting. It's been very time consuming, waiting on parts and everything else. I think I figured out the problem-ish pretty much day one after the race, first weekend, which was a slightly blown head gasket. My first thought was I'm going to pull the motor, just swap it out. I got talked into using this stuff. That should fix it, which then led me to draining and circulating all the stuff, water or whatever, out of the cooling system, which led me into a radiator water pump issue. So this problem has just been snowballing, and I'm not sure exactly how we got here, but this is where we're at. So we're trying to get this thing thrashed back together, trying to get it all set, so in 10 days we can go to the race and hopefully we have no issues. So today and tomorrow, what we're going to do, this is the plan. I'm going to finish draining or circulating everything out of the block, hopefully to get straight water in there, and then hopefully I have no leaks from there after I drain it the last time. We're going to refill it back up again one last time with straight water, minus essentially a gallon, so I can mix this stuff up and get it in. And then tomorrow, that's what we'll do. We'll mix this, put it in the car, run the car the appropriate amount of time to circulate this, get it to seal up. It's about 30 minutes at temperature. Then we're going to drain everything one last time, let it set from essentially Wednesday to Friday, Saturday time frame. It says it only needs 24 hours, but at this point I'm waiting on parts anyway till Friday, so if I can get this done Wednesday, it gives me a couple extra days to get this, to let it set. Hopefully Saturday or Friday all my stuff comes in, or before. I can get the tabs welded to the radiator while everything's apart, final install the radiator, fill it back up, run it Saturday, worst case Sunday, make sure everything's circulating the way it's supposed to, make sure it's pressure testing everything the way it's supposed to, make sure the head gasket issue is fixed, and we're all set. And then I will sleep a lot better and feel a lot better that this is done. So this is where we're at. So I probably will not update anything until we at least get to that point, which will probably be this weekend, which will be 7 days to race day, 6 days. But that's the plan. That's where we're at. Worst case, if this does not work, my last attempt at getting this car to the racetrack is the day before the race. I will be swapping motors, which I really don't want to do, but that's essentially where I'm at. So we'll see where we get. So stay tuned. We will be back, and I will give you another update as soon as I have one. Okay, we are back. It is now Sunday, 6 days before the race. So we got the parts from Proform. I got those installed. Got the standoffs welded up last night, this morning. Got the radiator put back in the car. Huge shout out for those guys that did that. I appreciate it. Standoffs went in beautiful. Didn't have to do anything to the radiator mount or the chassis or nothing. Bolted right in where it was supposed to. So appreciate that 100% for getting that done this weekend. Got everything hooked back up. Got the motor test run. It dribbled a little bit, but not nearly as bad as what it did. So what we ended up doing is putting a higher PSI radiator cap on top of the motor on the manifold, and that solved all of our problems. It quit leaking completely after that, which I'm very thankful for. Got a couple other ideas that could help, but I think I only have 6 more races left for this season, and I think I have another issue going on that I can't fix right now. So at this point, we're going to leave it the way it is. We're going to go race. Hopefully we have no issues. I don't see any coming up. Like I said, it's not leaking anymore. So I feel very confident going to the racetrack with that and racing it at least, Saturday. We'll see after that what happens. So that's where we're at. We're all put back together and we're ready to go to the racetrack. Still have some final touches to do today, if not Friday, before race Saturday. But I think we're good. We're going to leave the motor in and we're going to go run. So that's where we're at. 100%, maybe not so much. 80-90%, I feel pretty confident with. Do I think it's going to leak? No, but there's always that possibility. So we're going to go race this thing and see what happens. And we're going to hopefully cross our fingers that this has solved our issue a lot more permanent than what we've been having issues with and trying to fix it. And hopefully we can finish out the rest of the season. And after the end of the season, then we can figure out what we're going to do there. So that's where we're going to go. And that's where we're going to end this. So thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. I know this has been kind of long drawn out and a lot of me talking about what we're doing, but we're chasing an issue and I think we've got it resolved. So stay tuned. We will be at the racetrack in 6 days. So like I said, thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. If you have not subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. If you like the content, like the video, please hit that thumbs up. Share with your friends and family. That helps me out a bunch. And we will see you this weekend at the racetrack. Thank you.